Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. The Civil War, more than any other, has been fought and refought by armchair strategists for over 100 years. But there is one skirmish that till now has been kept quiet. It has been kept dark and hidden in a fog of secrecy and the mists of mystery. It concerns a battle of wits and 25 priceless blue-white diamonds.
Well, Andrew, what are you doing alone in a room with a female corpse?
I don't know the lady, Inspector. I arranged to meet her here, came up to her apartment, and found her dead.
You just found her.
Inspector, you know shooting people isn't my line.
There is always a first time, Andrew, if there's motive enough.
Our mystery drama, The Gettysburg Address, based on an adventure of the rascally Arsène Lupin, has been written especially for the Mystery Theater by Gerald Keane and stars Robert Dryden. It is sponsored in part by Sign-Off, the sinus medicines. I'll be back shortly with Act One. Andrew Wolfe is not yet 50 years old. Yet he has enjoyed a matchless professional career of chicanery, larceny, and robbery for some 40 years. Yes, Andrew got a very early start. This very year, however, when at the peak of his profession, Andrew Wolfe decided to retire, it was a strange swan song, regarded with much suspicion by Inspector Harold James.
Why are you so suspicious, Inspector? I tell you I'm through. I've had it. I've thrown in the sponge. Quit. Sucked it.
It's your move, Andrew.
From now on, every move I make will be for the benefit of man.
I meant it's your move on the checkerboard.
Oh, yes, I know. I was just looking at my options. How do you like this move, Inspector? Jump. And I'll take both of your men, thank you.
Great heavens! What was that?
Someone upstairs has just fired off a musket that hasn't been used since the Civil War.
Well, how on earth did you know that?
Well, I never used them myself, but I know the sound of them. Excuse me for bursting into your room, but we just heard a gun being fired.
I'm terribly sorry. I just bought this rifle and it went off.
My name is Andrew Wolfe. I live below you. This is Inspector James of the Washington Police.
Oh, well, I didn't do anything wrong, Inspector. I wasn't shooting at anyone.
You managed to go clean through your window. Well, what's your name?
Jeffrey Knox. But it's nothing, really. Just an accident. You see, I collect memorabilia from the Civil War. I was just cleaning this old gun and it...
Have a look, Inspector. It's an old flintlock. Very similar, I'd say, to the one old John Burns used at Gettysburg.
Well, say, are you interested in the Civil War?
I certainly am.
Hey, Mr. Knox, do you have a license for that gun?
No, Inspector, don't be stuffy. A, this is an antique, and B, you could hardly call a 5-foot musket a concealed weapon.
Yes, it is. But firing that thing is a disturbance of the peace.
Well, it won't happen again, I promise you. I didn't know it was loaded.
Mr. Wolfe?
No, come on in, Knox. I'm just reading. Oh, what's that you've got, a painting?
Remember me? The day before yesterday, I shot off that old musket, and you came upstairs with the inspector?
Yes, of course I remember you, Knox, the Civil War buff.
I want you to look at this painting I just found.
Well, I'm no expert on art value. Jewelry and gems, yes. Paintings, no.
Well, I thought because of your interest in the Civil War, you see, it's not much of a picture. As you see, it's a garden surrounded by a stone wall. Now, there's a well and a sundial.
I see something else to the left there. Isn't that a cannon?
Why, so it is a cannon. I didn't notice that.
Let me see the back. Yes. This place could be Gettysburg.
You're sure? Well, how do you know?
Well, here on the back, a date. 4/7/1863.
Well, I saw that, but that's April 7th, 1863, and the Battle of Gettysburg
Was in July, I know. But in those days, the number of the month followed the number of the day. So 4763 is the 4th day of the 7th month. In other words, July 4th, 1863, the last day of the battle.
Then this is it. This is really it.
This is what?
Oh, nothing. Well, do you see any other clues in that painting, Mr. Wolf? I mean, can you tell me more about what it represents?
It's a garden. The shadows of the sundial and the well and the trees are deeper on the left, which might mean the time the painter wished to represent is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 or 5. The cannon faces south, so it could be a Union Army encampment. Mr. Knox, what can you tell me?
Well, only that I happened to find it in an antique store, and I was told it's the key to a great unsolved mystery.
Really? Unsolved mysteries are a hobby of mine.
Oh, Mr. Wolf, you've been so helpful. There's something else I'd like your advice on. I wonder if you'd come upstairs for a minute. You notice this apartment of mine faces a house across the street. Now, I'm going to lean this painting on a chair by the window. If you'll just take these binoculars and have a look, Mr. Wolf, straight ahead, at the window directly in your line of sight, what do you see inside that room? On the wall?
Well, I'll be. It seems like the identical painting.
Pretty close, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say very close. The sundial, the well, the stone-walled garden. Who lives in that apartment?
I don't know.
But you're curious that someone else seems to have a representation of what may be a garden in Gettysburg just like yours.
Well, the man who sold me this painting this morning said, "You have just bought yourself a map of great value."
He said, a map?
Well, maybe not in those words, but the impression I got was, well, you know, like the map of buried treasure in Treasure Island. The X's that mark the spot.
And that's all he told you?
Well, he said that was all he knew.
July 4th, 1863. What could be the connection?
Well, Mr. Wolf, I've lived here almost 3 years. On July 4th last year, and July the 4th the year before, the woman who lives in that apartment where the painting is would pack up a picnic basket and go out for the day. Not come home till evening.
Well, is that so strange on the 4th of July? Seems like a perfect day to picnic.
Alone? And never any other day in the year?
You seem to have kept pretty close watch on her. But in any case, I don't see any connection between her picnic and the painting.
Except July the 4th. That's the mystery.
Go to the lady and ask her what mysterious errand takes her away from here every July 4th.
Well, look who's here. Andrew Wolf himself.
Inspector. I didn't expect to see you.
Yes, I'll bet you didn't. Where's the body?
In the next room.
Well, let's have a look. Oh, my. Tell me, what's your lady friend's name?
I don't know. I never met her alive.
All right, Andrew. You want to tell me about it?
I don't know her. A neighbor of mine, though you met him, he lives upstairs, Jeffrey Knox. He and I had an appointment with this woman to ask her about a painting she has. At the last minute, he called me and said he couldn't make it, but would I go and talk to her? So I came up, the door was open, and there she was, dead as a herring. So I called the station house.
What was the reason you were visiting a lady that you didn't know?
Now, look, don't pretend you didn't hear me, because she had a painting I wanted to ask her about.
I see. Well, where is it?
See that rectangular mark on the wall, Inspector? That's where it hung. The painting is gone.
Oh, well, isn't that too bad?
Yes, it is, Inspector. In fact, very bad. Would you mind if I followed my own hunches in this case?
Well, you've done it before, Andrew. Sometimes with pretty good results. Your neighbor, Knox, who was going to meet you here, did he know the lady?
He told me they'd never met, but he'd watched her for 3 years from his window.
Interesting.
Yes, I agree.
I was going to drop around to see him. In fact, I was going to tell him that my suspicions were unfounded.
What did you suspect?
That the antique flintlock he fired off was stolen?
You don't know people, Inspector. You really don't. Jeffrey Knox is loaded. You saw his apartment.
Well, anybody can steal. I had the dealers checked, and I found the man who sold it to him.
Inspector, I love you. You saved me hours of pursuit. I want to talk to that dealer. Before you go, give me his name. Hello? Anybody here? Mr. Krause? Hello? Anyone in the back? Mr. Krause?
You there, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Where are you?
I am in the cellar.
The cellar?
Yeah, where you look for the trap door?
Trap door? No, I don't see it.
Can you get me out of here?
Well, sure, I'll get you out, but where's the trap door?
Right side of the counter.
Right side of the counter, yes.
And push right side towards the wall.
Push it towards the wall. All right. Yes, I'm pushing. I see the trap door. I'll have it open in a second.
Oh, thank you.
Here, let me give you a hand.
I thought I'd be down there forever.
How long were you there?
What day is today?
Monday?
Monday. Oh, my, it's 2 days since Saturday. Thank you.
Here, let me close this thing. Oh, that's a clever place to hide a trapdoor under the counter.
Well, I keep my valuable antiques down there. You see how stupid I am? I tell everybody everything. That's how these things happen.
As Mr. Krause, I'm Andrew Wolf.
Well, whoever you are, I thank Providence you came along.
How did you get down there?
Well, I was attacked and robbed, sir. Terrible in this day and age, isn't it? Since I deal in valuable antiques, especially irreplaceable things from the Civil War period.
Do you know what was taken?
No, I haven't looked around yet.
Well, Mr. Krause, you ought to go to the police. Tell them what happened here. You were kept a prisoner in your cellar for 2 days. Can you describe the man?
Well, I am not sure.
Is one of your clients a young man called Jeffrey Knox?
No, I never heard of him.
You did sell him an old flintlock gun recently, though, didn't you?
Yes. Oh, is that the man's name? Yes, I did.
Did this man also buy from you a valuable painting?
I sell valuable American paintings.
This one was dated July 4th, 1863, on the back, and on the face, a scene in a garden.
Yeah, well, yes, I had a painting like that. There are only 2. This man, did he say where he got it?
No, he didn't tell me the name of the dealer. Not from you?
Oh, no, sir, no.
So you recognize it, though? A painting with a sundial and a well?
Yes. It dated July 4th, 1863. I know it very well. It has a long history. If you'd lived in Washington 100 years ago, you would know the story. Today, very few know about it.
Well, could you tell me, Mr. Krause, in confidence?
And I suppose I owe my life to you getting me out of the cellar. You promise it will go no further than these 4 walls?
I promise.
Well, on July 4th, 1863, a man was about to be hanged. Now, he had hidden enough wealth to have purchased the entire city of Washington. Now, since that day, many people have looked for it, and some have died, but it has not yet been found. But that fortune exists somewhere near Washington.
So far, it's hard to tell who is on what side. Who's lying, who's telling the truth. What's the score so far? A man called Knox has fired a flintlock. An antique dealer has been locked in a cellar. A woman has been murdered. How fortune and death seem to be fighting for the upper hand. Who loses? Who wins? Check the players with me when I return shortly with Act 2. What a strange pair they make, these two. Andrew Wolfe, the rogue rascal turned Robin Hood, and straight-laced Police Inspector Harold James, who wouldn't trust Andrew as far as he could throw his badge. Just the same, their friendship is cemented by one sole motive: to track down crime. Now, one of them, Andrew Wolfe, has been stopped in his tracks by the words of an antique dealer.
Mr. Krause, where did this fortune come from?
Well, on July 4th, 1863, a wealthy southern plantation owner was traveling north behind the Confederate Army, hoping to lose himself in Washington and hide his money. Now, he'd seen the handwriting on the wall. The Confederacy was doomed. Now, unfortunately, he hid in a farmhouse near Cemetery Ridge. It was discovered and arrested. In a last-minute effort to escape, he killed a Union soldier guarding him. Now, he was brought to Washington, tried, and sentenced to hang. Now, while in prison, he painted 2 identical pictures which were bequeathed to his family, but his wealth was never found.
Are you sure you don't remember who it was who came in here, stole that painting, and managed to push you into the cellar, possibly to die?
No. I do not remember anything.
Would you agree with me that the paintings must have been a clue to where this escaped Southerner had hidden his wealth?
Yes.
By the way, what was the name of the escaping Southerner?
Harley Knox.
Is that also confidential, Mr. Krause?
Oh, no, sir. He is in all the history books.
Andrew, this cockamamie story of buried treasure somewhere near Washington. How can a grown man believe that?
Inspector, are you going to talk or play checkers?
Well, it's your move as always.
Oh, yes, so it is. All right, how about this?
Hey, you always do that to me. I didn't see it. Well, don't you think I'm right?
About the Confederate hidden treasure? No. I can't agree it's an illusion. I've seen evidence that the hiding place may be somewhere in Gettysburg.
In the battlefield? In 125 years, don't you suppose the Park Service would have dug it up?
If it's in the ground. But suppose it's under a rock or in a tree.
I know what you're going to say. The painting missing from that woman's apartment. Yes, I know all about it. Did I tell you that she'd swallowed poison?
No.
For a time before she'd been examined, I thought it might have been your upstairs neighbor with his doggone Civil War blunderbuss. But up to now, though, no one has turned up to claim the body. We can't find out anything about her.
Why don't you go and ask Jeffrey Knox?
Huh? Go find Jeffrey Knox. He's disappeared.
He's not upstairs anymore?
No. It's cleaned out, empty. Your landlord says he paid up the rest of the year and left no forwarding address and departed.
Inspector, why don't you take the day off tomorrow?
Why? What's tomorrow?
The 4th of July. Let's take a picnic lunch and head out for Gettysburg for a nice al fresco meal.
Bring our own food? Okay, why bother? They've got snack bars out there where we can get hot dogs and drinks.
Hot dogs and sodas, you uncivilized peasant? I wouldn't insult my stomach. No, I'll pack the food, you bring the beer. You've worked hard enough, you deserve a day off.
Andrew, you are not usually so concerned with my well-being. What's up?
Don't be so suspicious, friend. I enjoy the pleasure of your company.
Okay, you're on.
Tomorrow morning, then. Meet me here at my apartment at 7 o'clock.
7 in the morning? I thought it was a day off. Andrew, where are you?
I'm up here, Inspector. One flight up the stairs. I'm in Jeffrey Knox's apartment.
Your door was open, but I didn't see you. What are you doing in this man's apartment, huh?
Well, there's nothing like getting off to an early start. You feel okay this morning?
Well, as well as anybody can expect to at 6:45 a.m. Then I asked you what you were doing up here, Andrew.
Well, I thought I'd have a look around Knox's apartment for myself. I found these binoculars. They belong to Knox. Now, before you send them downtown for fingerprints, hold them in this handkerchief like I have and point them straight out this window.
Mm-hmm.
The one with the hole through the glass. Now, what do you see?
What room is that across the street?
That's where we both discovered the dead lady.
Oh, I see someone moving in there.
Yeah, so did I.
It's a woman. She's putting things in a basket, a thermos, and now she's heading for the door. And now, listen, I've got to stop her.
No, wait. Don't head her off, Inspector. She might lead us to something. Let's follow her.
Well, we just got down to the street ahead of her. Oh, there she comes out the front door carrying that basket. She's headed for the bus stop at the corner.
I'll flag a cab and have it ready in case.
In case what?
In case she hops on a bus.
So we run like the devil and catch the same bus.
No, it's too chancy. We're on this side of the street, the bus is on the other. Taxi!
Well, I can tell you're not on police salary.
Don't you rate an expense account yet? An inspector?
Yeah. She is waiting at the bus stop.
Taxi! Driver, we're following someone. It's a woman on the other side of the street. She may get on a bus. If she does, we want you to make a U-turn, and when the bus passes, follow it. My partner is Inspector Harold James, Washington Police.
I say, here comes the bus. Our gal is getting in the line, and she's getting on. Great Scott, Andrew, you were right.
I tried to make it a habit.
That bus is marked Gettysburg Battlefield.
Climb in, Inspector. Okay, driver, that's the bus. Follow it.
Well, am I glad we're finally here. This battlefield never looked so good to me.
Yeah, it did take a little longer than I'd planned. Hold it, Inspector.
What is it, Andrew?
Most of the visitors to the battlefield are turning left, see?
Mm-hmm.
Along that path there that goes to the Park Service station where you can get your tickets.
Yes, but our woman is taking that path to the right.
Yeah, and she's not the only one.
Yeah. Those two other women right behind her. And here comes another one, carrying a baby. They're all turning right and going past those trees.
Let's go, Inspector.
Will you look at that? You can't teach the public anything. Right along the path here, these signs say private, no trespassing. Nobody pays any attention.
Hey, look, past those trees. An old farmhouse. Let's get closer.
Andrew, there's a whole bunch of female picnickers behind us walking single file. There's about a dozen.
Okay, we'll duck off the path and pretend we're looking over toward Cemetery Ridge until they pass us.
Andrew, that woman, the one we were following, she went right up to the front door of the farmhouse and went inside.
Yeah, so are the rest of them. Look at them, all going in that door. Maybe it's a private party.
Wouldn't I look foolish if it was? All the way out here in a cab for that?
No, there's something fishy about all this. Have you noticed, Inspector, how intent their faces are?
Yeah. And no one talks to anyone else. And look, almost all of them have gone into the farmhouse.
Another few minutes just to make sure they're all inside.
And then what?
Why, then, we follow. No one in here. I'll shut the door.
You see that sign outside? Meade's Farm.
Yes. This could have been General Meade's headquarters during the battle.
Not a stick of furniture, just that long table.
Come see. Look through the back window. There they are.
Oh, I'll be darned. Look at them all. Sitting on the ground in that garden, leaning on the stone wall around them. There's about 20.
What strikes me as most extraordinary is where we are.
Yes, Meade's headquarters, you said.
See that old well the three girls are looking into?
Yeah.
See the sundial?
Well,
What I'm saying is that garden we see, the sundial, the well, this is the garden in those two paintings.
No kidding.
This must be the house where Harley Knox was captured on the 4th of July, and that garden is the one he painted before he was hanged.
And you figure that some of these people must know that, and they come here to find the buried treasure?
Maybe 100 years ago, Knox's children looked. But I don't think these people are doing any more than hoping.
Oh, and you figure that those women are all his descendants.
Who else?
That woman we were following. She's still here?
Yes. I see her with her back to the sundial.
I just don't get what they're waiting for.
Look, let's get out of this house. I'd like to know what they're up to. If we walk around the back and up that little hill on the other side of the stone fence, we can't be seen, but we can sit down and watch them.
Andrew, I have a feeling we've come out to Gettysburg for nothing. We're not going to find out a thing.
So, if we don't, the day won't be wasted. We'll enjoy the sun, eat good food, and who knows, maybe... No! Doggone it, my poor stomach.
Oh, now what's hit you?
The picnic basket I made for the two of us. All that gourmet food. I left it in the apartment. I shall have to insult you with hot dogs and sodas.
And ice cream.
Shut up. And let's go find the snack bar.
It is entirely possible something of value, of great value, lies hidden in that garden. And if, indeed, these pilgrims are the descendants of Harley Knox, why do they only come here on July the 4th? What is so special about that day to them? Stay with us for the conclusion of Act 3. There's more truth than poetry in that old maxim. It takes a thief to catch a thief. And that is why a certain feeling is cooking in the perceptions of Andrew Wolfe. The stew before him does not smell quite right. We'll stand aside now and see what transpires as Andrew and Inspector James watch the goings-on in the garden at that Gettysburg address.
Inspector, you've been standing on that rock for 15 minutes taking pictures of those women with your telephoto lens.
Taking pictures is my hobby. Do you really want to know what I think? I think we're keeping watch on an outing of inmates of a mental home. The whole morning, they've sat there, and most of them staring off into space, and now half the afternoon's gone, and nothing's happened. Good Lord, look. Those two women under the tree.
Huh?
They're on their knees. They're crying. Now, look at the whole group. It's like they're saying their prayers.
Something's upset them a great deal. Something these women expected would happen, but hasn't. Of course. How stupid of me. Come on, Inspector. Let's make a run for it before it's too late.
Are you crazy, Andrew, running 200 yards to the gatehouse?
Well, it suddenly came to me. I've got an old friend who works here. He's the park supervisor. He'll know what all this means.
Yes, but why the rush?
Well, it's 4 o'clock, closing time. All right, let's go in. I'll introduce you. Jack Little? Jack, where are you? This is where they sell guidebooks and admissions, Inspector. Jack!
He's probably gone for the day.
Darn, darn it.
Hey, who's that? Come on out. Come on.
Oh, my Lord, just my luck.
All right. What were you doing?
Hiding back there. Then a whole shelf of guidebooks fell on me.
Pinky Little.
Andrew Wolfe.
Oh, Pinky, when did you get out?
Well, I've been out a year, Andrew. But I'm clean honest, clean as a whistle.
Oh, Pinky, I didn't mean to be rude. I'd like you to meet Inspector Harold James.
Oh, hello, Pinky. I'm glad to see you've got an honest job.
You two know each other?
Well, the inspector sent me up twice.
Oh.
Well, that's why I hid when I saw him come in. Well, there goes the ball game. Bye-bye job.
Pinky, we just came in to get some information. No one's after you, I swear.
Are you sure?
I came in to see your father. Is he around? How is old Jack?
Well, Dad's retired. That's how I got this job. He recommended me.
This is what we need to know, Pinky. What is with that gathering in the garden in the back of the Meade farmhouse? What are they waiting for? And why the 4th of July?
Well, those people have special permission from the Defense Department to get together at the Gettysburg address once a year. Just one day, the 4th of July. No one else is allowed in there. only the relatives of a Southerner the Union Army hanged. There's supposed to be something this guy hid. Well, who knows? The deal is, if any one of them relatives find anything, they all get to share. And Dad told me. They used to come here with shovels and metal detectors. Women, yeah. Yeah, but that's all died out. If there was something there once, well, it sure ain't there anymore.
Well, Pinky, many thanks. Tell your dad that Gettysburg is in good hands.
Well, I hope I was helpful.
Believe me, you don't know how helpful you were. Inspector, I'm going into that garden alone. Keep clicking that camera.
You won't frighten them.
Not if I go in as a woman.
You're going to disguise yourself?
Watch me. This scarf over my head, tied under my chin. These glasses on my nose. 2 flattened Dixie cups here and here. Yeah, that's all there is to it. A woman in pants is not much different from a man.
Okay. I can't wait to take a picture of you and then get up. Tell me, what are you going to do?
End their misery. I'm going out this back door right to that sundial.
Well, I can tell you what time it is. It's 5 o'clock.
That gives me a fast 15 minutes. My friends, you don't know me. I am Andrea Knox, and I've just recently come to Washington. We are all Knoxes here, so we are all one family. I know that every 4th of July we hope, we pray, one of us will find great-grandfather's treasure, which he hid here in this garden before the Northern soldiers took him away. And when one of us finds it, all of us will share. But I figured out, let me show you. I take my little penknife, open it, and pry up the corner of this little old metal sundial on this marble column. Yes, I'm right. Look, all of you, here it is. I've just pulled it out from under the sundial where great-grandfather hid it. This leather bag, see? I'm opening the string and... Oh, my. Diamonds. Beautiful, big, blue-white diamonds. A handful. Diamonds for all of us.
Give me that.
Get away from me, you.
Old woman, give it to me.
Everyone, don't just sit there happy with this crazy person. I have about a hair.
Let go of me.
Oh, well, look at that. Her hair came clean off. It's a wig. This person is not one of us. This is a man.
I had to laugh. I really had to laugh. There you were, Andrew, doing a superb piece of acting. A man with only a scarf tied on your head, making everyone believe you're a woman. And you get into a fight with another guy disguised as a woman. And when you ran out of there with that bag of diamonds, I never saw such a picture of collective female shock in all my life. Wait till you see the pictures I took.
How is the prisoner?
Jeffrey Knox? I can't keep him here much longer. Impersonating a woman is still not a federal offense. But I am holding him for questioning.
Okay, let's have him in.
He's still in that dress, so don't laugh.
All right.
Harry, show Mr. Knox in here, will you please?
Well, thank you. Hope I won't be held here long. I'm sorry we all meet again and under these rather painful circumstances.
Jeffrey, I'm very disappointed in you. You told me you had bought that painting showing the garden behind Meade's farmhouse, and Mr. Krause told me someone had stolen it from him.
Well, I don't know why Krause lied to you. He must have had his own reasons. I bought it from Krause because I persuaded him he couldn't pass up $25,000. He was reluctant because male descendants, I understand, are prohibited to have the painting. But money talked.
Why was it necessary to remove the identical painting from the apartment across the street? Why did you need 2?
Well, remember that morning, Mr. Wolf, you and I were to meet her? Well, I'm afraid I set you up. I went there 2 hours earlier. She was also a Knox. Old, desperate, and unhappy. And as I knew before I went, convinced the painting had ruined her life. And she asked me to remove it and burn it. You see, this meant I would be the only one with an evidential positive claim. I did as she asked. Moved away to another part of town, and that night, well, I learned that she'd taken her own life.
And the following day, the 4th, you returned to her apartment, put on her clothes, and disguised as a woman, went out to Gettysburg.
To Meade's farm, which you helped identify for me, Mr. Wolf. The irony of all this is my disguise didn't help me. You, Mr. Wolf, not even related to our family. You found the treasure.
No, I didn't find it. If there really is a fortune hidden in that garden, it's still there.
Just a minute, Andrew. I saw you with the diamond.
All you saw was a bag. I said it contained beautiful, large, blue-white, perfect stones, but how do you know?
Andrew, I give you just 24 hours to come up with those diamonds. I'll be waiting for you here, right at my desk.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
My name is Andrew Knox. I've been given your name by my mother, Mrs. Harley Knox. No doubt the name is familiar to you.
You did say Mrs. Harley Knox?
Certainly, sir.
Well, it is an honor. Well, what can I do for you, Mr. Knox?
My mother has been going through some old family papers, and discovered in one of them her great-great-grandfather writes he's hoping to bequeath assets which he has turned into diamonds. Bequeath them to his descendants.
Is that really true?
I understand you believed it was.
Well, for a number of years, Mr. Knox, I have been trying to assist those entitled to share the fortune.
How have you gone about it?
Well, I have sold them a painting which I believe was done by Harley Knox in prison and showed the exact spot where the fortune is hidden.
Over the years, how many of the Knox family have you assisted in their search?
2 dozen or 3 dozen or so.
Are there 36 identical paintings?
Oh, no, sir. Only 2.
How do you circulate them?
Well, after a year or so, the Knox relative has a very good general idea of where to look, and once a year they all gather. Now, if the painting is no longer needed, they return it to me, and I give them their money back.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
How much do you charge for the paintings?
Well, I can't reveal that, Mr. Knox. It would embarrass your relative.
Yeah, Mr. Krause, I'll show you photographs taken this 4th of July in the garden behind the Meade farmhouse. Were all of these ladies your clients at one time?
Well, I don't know.
I suggest they were. They've each paid you at least $10,000. Well, speak the truth, Mr. Krause. There is no fortune hidden in that garden. You've taken advantage of ancient hearsay and the gullibility of unfortunate women.
Well, I have done nothing wrong.
The police have given these photographs to the newspapers to publish. You are in big trouble, Mr. Krause.
Oh, I don't understand. Mr. Knox, how do you know about all of this?
Because, Mr. Krause, I am not the son of Mrs. Harley Knox. I am the same Andrew Wolf who came to see you not very long ago.
I am very confused. I don't see what this has to do with me.
Oh, you will, I assure you, when you arrive at the police station.
Well, it's about time you showed up, Andrew. This place has been a madhouse. All those women who were at Gettysburg, they saw their pictures and they've been here asking for their share of the diamonds you found.
I don't know whether you've met Mr. Krause, Inspector. Mr. Krause has made a great deal of money in this affair. A lot of money, Inspector. Over $200,000 taken from those women alone.
Well, I don't see it that way, Andrew. They ended up with a couple of $1 million worth of diamonds.
What diamonds?
Oh, now, you're not going to pull that again, are you?
Did you see the diamonds yourself, Inspector?
No, I was in the farmhouse taking pictures through the window. But they were there in that leather bag you found in the sundial.
This leather bag?
Yes, that's the one.
I'll tip out the contents on your desk, Inspector. What's that? A jeweler's glass. It's my own. I take it everywhere to detect flaws in arguments, like a rabbit's foot.
Where are the diamonds?
There aren't any. There never were any, and Mr. Krause knows it. I suggest, Inspector, that you obtain a full statement from him, and I shall bring suit on behalf of all the injured ladies to recover the money they invested in this dreamed-up scheme. I imagine Mr. Krause has sizable assets. Oh, sir, there was something you wished to say?
If you're like me, you've had to be on your toes to follow every turn made by Andrew Wolf. For he thinks fast and moves even faster. A man of many resources, unrivaled cleverness, and a veteran of disguises, with the ability to be a lion or a sheep in Andrew Wolf's clothing. There are those who live by their wits, and there are those who feed from others' plates. It has been said that everyone has the makings of a criminal in him, latent, lying asleep, hopefully never to be awakened. Think to yourself how simple it would be to cheat a friend. Take advantage of a situation or profit from other people's mistakes. How easy. And then say to yourself, oh no, that's much too hard for me to do. Our cast included Robert Dryden, Earl Hammond, and Lloyd Bautista. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
Because of poor storage and transportation facilities. Frank Sedopani, CBS News.
Are you eating ice cream right now? If not, why not? Everyone knows.
Come in. Welcome. I'm Tammy Grimes. I have a confession to make, which I admit is not the way to raise the curtain on a Mystery Theater presentation, where confessions are usually reserved for the end. All my life, I have been intrigued with the Empress Josephine, not only because she manipulated Napoleon, but because of her addiction to reading the cards. I also love the way she dressed. It is said she actually directed her life according to what the playing cards foretold. So it's with a special interest and delight that I not only get to introduce today's three acts, but to play the part of Josephine myself.
Empress, may I join you?
I am counting a card for every year of my marriage. Star. Moon. Sun. 10. 11. 12. I am up to 12, Pierre.
Josephine, you have been married for 13 years.
13. I don't think 13 is my lucky number. I don't dare turn over the last card.
Oh, my dear girl, what could the cards tell you?
That Napoleon and I'd rather not know. I want a few more hours of not knowing. The end. Our mystery drama, In the Cards, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by G. Frederick Lewis. I shall return shortly with Act One.
Lots of friends are dropping by, summer fun's in store. With picnic time and camping time, it's country time for sure. Before you all get thirsty, here's a tip that should be made. Get a drink that tastes like good old-fashioned lemonade. Country time, country time. Get
down to your store for plenty of Country Time lemonade-flavored drinks. Look for the Country Time coupon in this Sunday's paper.
Tastes like good old-fashioned lemonade.
Weekdays from the creators of The Young and the Restless. It's Capital, desire and passion set behind the marble curtain of power in Washington, D.C. Then follow the lives of people searching for their place in the sun on Guiding Light. And stay tuned for glamour and laughs as Bert Convy brings you celebrity couples and their hilarious secrets on Tattletales.
You never know what Tattletales will tell.
That's Capital, Guiding Light, and Tattletales. Weekdays on CBS television. Check your local listings for the time.
Hello, control room. Do you know what's next?
Yeah, it's another Bob Sellers commercial reply.
Oh, man. Is there any way to get out of it?
We could write a letter and quit, but you better read the intro.
Well, here is a Bob Sellers commercial reply from an interested citizen.
Thank you. This reply is to all of the many people who want to know why there is a boat stuck out in front of Bob Sellers' Pontiac on the Grand River at 10 miles, 9 miles after 1 mile. The captain of this boat was afloat on the boat at Bob Sellers' Pontiac when the Grand River became a road again. This raises the question, Bob Sellers will sell Pontiacs that don't cost very much to everyone, even captains who don't have both oars in the water.
Did you write that letter?
Oh, yeah, come on in. We're all going to sign it.
On the Grand River at 10 Mile Run. Say that Bob Sellers Pontiac.
It was the last day of the French Revolution. The wife of a viscount sat in a cell reading the cards. Suddenly she went white. On top lay the card of death. The guillotine fell, and with it the head of her husband. Today we might say the cards had nothing to do with it. The lady's husband happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But in 1794, Josephine believed the cards, always foretold her fate.
Josephine, stop looking in the cards. There's nothing there but numbers and pictures.
Teresa, that's not true. On this table is the future, the present, and the past.
In the old days, when my husband was still alive, he'd say the future lies in your own hands. Certainly not in the cards.
Don't you understand? I need to be doing something. Make my fingers move. Let my thoughts follow the cards. Otherwise, I couldn't stand waiting in this cell here in the Bastille.
So far, we have escaped death.
But for how long? See? There it is again. The card of death. Who will be next? You or I? Oh, how can you be so calm, Teresa?
My dear, it is a tragedy to lose one's husband, as we both have. But we must believe for us there's a tomorrow.
Every time I shuffle and cut, there it is. The card of death, black and forbidding. Besides, I don't mourn for Alexandre. You know very well when he was in the cell next to ours, that was the closest we have ever been in years. Yes, I mourn for the death of a fine man who had his faults, but not for a husband. He was no husband to me.
Cards or no cards, I know we'll be spared. I do believe it. I believe the good Lord will stop this massacre.
That day, that night was the end of the revolution. Robespierre was dead. The doors were thrown wide, and in a daze we wandered through the blood-soaked garden into the streets to freedom. A year later, I was living in Paris with Teresa Tania, and we remembered.
Was it really a year ago today?
Teresa, I have a confession to make. Do you remember how you made me kneel and pray? Even as I was praying, I kept one hand on my cards in my pocket.
Oh, Josephine. You thought if the Lord wouldn't free you, the cards might.
And I'm not sure to this day.
You're a superstitious goose. Now, why aren't you dressed for this evening? My two guests will be here. I'd like you to make yourself presentable.
You treat me as if I was 16, and I'm twice that. Yes, I am, but don't tell anyone. Anyway, you're right. I shouldn't criticize your belief in the Savior.
And I won't make fun of your faith in the cards. We've plenty of time to philosophize about our escape, but only half an hour to prepare for this evening. Now, hurry. Oh, and Josephine, I have been through your closet and removed all the black dresses and all the black veils. A year of mourning for your late husband is enough. I've left 3 pretty bright silk dresses on your bed to choose from.
Ah, Teresa, I only make this mistake when I'm invited to your house. I arrive too early.
Pierre, it's all right. I was dressed. Josephine will join us when she's ready. I have my fingers crossed for this evening.
Ah, how so?
We can speak as old friends, you and I. We are both of that certain age when one can talk of anything.
Oh, I love gossip. Go on.
And I love Josephine. She has been living here for a year, and she's not getting any younger, but I simply cannot find a man who interests her. I have invited every personable single man, every army man, and every diplomat. When the evening is over and I say to her, Josephine, what did you think of so-and-so? Do you know what she says?
What do I say, Teresa?
Oh, Josephine, have you been listening to our conversation?
Of course. How else am I going to find out what you think? Good evening, Pierre.
Ah, my dear. Oh, I'm glad you've given up wearing those gloomy clothes.
Ah, you see, Josephine, what did I tell you?
Teresa, when the right man arrives, Josephine will know it.
What do they say? Once bitten, twice shy? My first marriage to Alexandra was a disaster, so now I'm being a little more careful. That's why, after an evening with a gentleman, I consult my cards. It is they who tell me this man is a fool, that man is a knave, the third a charlatan, and so on.
There is such a thing as being too particular. The man with no faults hasn't been born. And remember, you're not 16.
When I was, an old negress at home in Martinique looked in the cards and told me I will be Queen of France.
Oh, really? Did she?
But, she said, you must always listen to the cards. When I met Alexandra, I paid no attention to the cards. I wanted to leave our little island. I wanted to live in Paris.
So, now you trust the cards?
More than I trust myself.
It's hopeless. I don't know why I bother.
Because, dearest Teresa, you cannot abide to see a woman without a man. Who have you invited this evening beside this flattering old painter?
Someday, my child, I will paint your soul, and you will no longer make fun of my age.
I have invited a general. His name is Bonaparte.
Oh, Lord. Another army man. They're all so exceptionally dull.
I sincerely hope to be the exception. Madame Tallien, good of you to invite me to your soirée.
General Bonaparte, I am overcome with confusion.
Please, don't be, madame. The lady is quite right. We, who live by the sword, have forgotten how cutting the tongue can be.
I like that. That was well said.
General Bonaparte, the Vicomtesse Alexandra Beauharnais.
A pleasure.
And may I introduce Monsieur Pierre Proudhon?
An honor. I have seen your painting of Madame Tallien, and also that of Madame Récamier. They are as beautiful as the ladies themselves.
I take it all back. The general has the gift of words.
And, Monsieur Proudhon, if I ever marry, I shall most certainly hope to commission you to paint the portrait of my wife.
Eh bien, Josephine?
Eh bien, what?
You spent practically the whole evening talking to the general. Now I find you in your room dealing out the cards. What do they say?
So far, nothing against him. We're very alike, you know, he and I. In a way, I was born on an island, and so is he. Corsica.
Well, that's a beginning. What else do you have in common?
That's all so far, but who knows? Napoleon. Now, isn't that a terrible first name? Napoleon.
I like it. It's unusual.
He's a strange man. Absolutely impales you with his eyes.
Did he talk about himself?
Not much. I'm afraid I did most of the talking. I must have said some very amusing things. He laughed quite a lot at what I was saying.
He'd be an excellent catch.
He is handsome. Not as tall as I'd like a man, but I'd say commanding.
That is the exact word for him. He has just been named Commander-in-Chief of the Army. Now, what do the cards say?
Whatever it is, I'm too tired to understand. I had a lovely time this evening, Teresa, and I do thank you.
If I can in any way assist you to fulfill the prophecy that you will become the Queen of France, my dear, I couldn't be happier.
Your Bonaparte would need several promotions before he became king, don't you think?
Oh, Josie, go to bed. Argue with your dreams.
That night I did dream. There was Napoleon Bonaparte. We were being married. For some reason, I was crying. When I awoke in the morning and reached down for my slippers, there was the King of Hearts on the floor, face up. I knew it was true. It was a sign.
My darling Josephine, you are going to be the first lady of France to spend her honeymoon on the battlefield.
I am? Why am I?
I have kept a secret from you, my sweetheart, because I did not wish to give you any excuse for delaying our marriage. But now that I have carried you over the threshold and you are mine, how does the idea of a honeymoon in the midst of battle strike you?
Strike is the word. I haven't even taken off my wedding veil, and a honeymoon on what battlefield? Where?
Italy.
What would I do in Italy?
You would be with me. We leave in 2 days.
I can't leave Paris in 2 days. Husband, be reasonable. Give me time to think about it.
You don't love me.
What a thing to say the day of our marriage.
Then why don't you wish to be with me as much as I wish to be with you?
Don't you think it a little mad that I should follow you and be with you in the midst of fighting?
No, I don't. Not at all.
Do the other soldiers have their wives with them in battle?
No, of course not.
Would you approve of it?
It's not possible. There are thousands of troops.
So?
But there is only one general. Myself. I see nothing strange in a newly married commander-in-chief having his bride with him.
And suppose these Italians you are fighting should fight back?
Oh, they will.
And a bullet or a cannonball should hit me?
Ah. Oh, that's possible.
And if you put me so far away as to be out of danger, I might as well be comfortable here in Paris.
I hadn't thought of that.
Then think of it, my darling little Corsican, and help me off with my dress. It's about time we stopped talking and behaved as married people are expected to behave. Josephine had the answers before one could even put the questions to her. Napoleon was not just a good catch, a young general who would go far, but he was an ardent lover, a serious and demanding man, rapidly becoming a little too much for the cool, offhand, unserious, and superstitious Josephine. I shall return shortly with Act Two.
For summer work or summer fun, True Value Hardware Store's all-new Summer Value Day circular is packed with hundreds of sensibly priced items. Hi, Pat Summerall to suggest you enjoy the cooling breeze of the Galaxy 9-inch oscillating fan, now just $16.99. Then protect and beautify wood siding, fences, and more with True Test Select Latex Redwood Stain, now just $3.98 a gallon. Find these values and many more in the Summer Value Day circular and at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
Mom, where have you been?
Oh, sitting in a traffic jam for an hour.
Oh, and from the way you're bent over, you've got a nagging backache, right?
Right.
Here, let me help you into the house. Then I'll go get some Doan's pills.
Oh, thanks, dear.
Good advice. Doan's pills for temporary relief of simple backache pain due to overexertion, stress, or strain. Use only as directed.
You're walking around pretty spry tonight, Mom.
Well, that's nothing to be surprised about. I took Doan's pills, remember?
Announcing the opening of a new eyeglass factory in Farmington Hills. The Eyeglass Factory, where you have a selection of almost 2,000 different eyeglass frames in stock with savings of 30 to 50% below what you normally pay at optometric centers. In addition to those savings, extra discounts for senior citizens, eye examinations at only $18, a complete repair service department, and the acceptance of all major vision insurance plans. In addition, if you're looking for regular or soft contact lenses, they have those too at comparable savings. The Eyeglass Factory of Oak Park is on Coolidge, just south of 9 Mile Road. Phone 542-2200. The Eyeglass Factory of Redford on Plymouth Road, halfway between Beach Daly and Inkster. Phone 937-1340. And now the new Eyeglass Factory at 28851 Orchard Lake Road between 12 and 13 Mile Roads. Call 553-3820. Now, 3 places to save at the Eyeglass Factory.
What Josephine Bonaparte wanted most in the world was to be acknowledged the most fascinating and adorable creature of Paris. France, that had revolted against royalty, now took society to its bosom. The teas, the fancy dress balls, the elegant clothes. That, to Josephine, was life. And this silly man, this Bonaparte, whom she had unthinkingly married, he was getting to be a nuisance. Teresa, this is ridiculous. Every day he writes me from his tent in Italy. I answer him as often as I can, and still he complains. If I write him I'm trying to be gay, to forget how much I miss him, he won't have that. If I tell him I'm sad, he doesn't like that either.
Josie, you are married to power, a willful and strong man.
Listen to this. When I imagine you're sad, my heart is torn. When I think of you as gay and amusing yourself, I reproach you for having no profound emotion, for having forgotten our painful separation so soon.
Josie, you don't know how lucky you are. When my dear Jean was alive, he never wrote to me.
Teresa, a general or not, the conquest of Italy or not, I must make Napoleon realize that I'm not a slave and that we are equal.
What are you talking about?
And equality begins with friendship. My next letter will be warm but friendly. Instead of addressing him with the familiar tu, I shall write vous, just a wee bit more formal. I think you will get the drift of it.
I hope you're right.
His love letters are strangling me.
I wouldn't push him too far.
I'm not pushing. We hardly know one another. Courtship is not a marriage, and I can tell you this, Teresa, the sooner a man knows his place in a woman's life, the happier they will both be.
Joseph, come here.
Yes, brother.
What is this woman doing to me? 4 days with no word, and finally, this letter. And do you know how she addresses me?
I have no idea.
Vous. Vous. The way I would write to a politician or the army supply sergeant. Vous, she says. I've just read this. I'm ashamed to show it to you. It's a letter as cold as friendship.
Napoleon, you are capricious. Yes, you are. You've been saying that Josephine's letters oppressed you. Or they were too giddy, or they were too sad, or too happy. And you wished something colder.
But not this cold. This gives me the icy chill of death. We were married so quickly, that's the trouble. I had no time but to fall head over heels in love with the woman. And then I had to leave her 48 hours later.
Well, when the Italian campaign is over, you will be back in Paris for as long as you like.
Who knows how long the Italians care to go on fighting? It could be months. It could be years. She makes it so difficult for me, Joseph. You have no idea. How can I concentrate on battle formations with that woman on my mind?
You'd give up now?
Leave Italy? I have no such intention. But she is putting me through torture.
You are doing that to yourself.
Life was so simple before I met her.
Why doesn't she say what I want her to say in her letters?
Because I couldn't. I hated to write letters. He wants an answer to every letter he writes. He oppresses me. Suddenly the fun is taken out of my life. I feel him standing there behind me, breathing down my back. And one card kept coming up every time I shuffled the deck. Justice. Yes, justice.
Josie, it's not that bad. If you want your own life and you don't happen to feel affectionate, write to him affectionately anyway.
He's there. He's always there. Like a gendarme who comes knocking at your door in the dead of night saying, "What are you doing?" All I want from Napoleon is justice.
Justice? Oh, Josie, you've been consulting the cards again.
Why not? When have they failed me?
Oh, we're going to the theater tonight. They're doing Molière.
Thank goodness. 2 big fat letters on my desk waiting to be answered. He's won 6 victories in 2 weeks. What have I been doing? At least I can tell him that I've gone to the theater to see something cultural.
He might say Molière is frivolous.
That's him. I'll say I went to improve my mind.
Will you look at the audience?
I am.
They're all looking up here, at us in the box.
Isn't it lovely? I adore them.
Long live Our Lady of the Victory!
That's me, Josephine. Will you please stop bowing to them? They'll never stop applauding you.
I'm not going to disappoint my audience.
Please move back to the rear of the box where you can't be seen.
They simply won't go back to their seats and let the play begin. Marvelous.
We're just going to have to leave, that's all.
Leave the theater? The play hasn't begun yet. You see? They signal to begin the play, but the audience doesn't wish it. They want me.
Mesdames, Messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make. We have just received word the brother of General Bonaparte, our also beloved Joseph Bonaparte, has arrived in Paris with 22 flags captured in the Italian campaign.
Well, I'm mad. 22 flags and they go berserk. What about me? I'm here in person, right up here in the box. Teresa, I don't wish to see Moliere in the company of such an ignorant audience. Let's go home.
Madame Bonaparte, why we were never introduced before this, I can't imagine. However, I am here now. Napoleon charged me with delivering the captured flags to the Directorate and to urge you to come to Italy.
To come to Italy now?
Madame, preferably yesterday or the day before. He realizes it's a long trip, and he wishes you to take it in easy stages.
Joseph, I can't.
You're saying, I won't, but my brother will not accept I won't for an answer. He is a very jealous man, and your letters have not pleased him. So he had decided you must come to Italy. So don't say, I can't.
It's true. Joseph, you don't know me very well. In fact, you don't know me at all. When I say to you I cannot travel to Italy at this time, that is exactly what I mean. The doctors won't permit it.
You are ill?
I wouldn't say ill, but I'm in poor health.
Well, I am very sorry to hear that. My brother had no idea.
I haven't written him yet. The doctors have only just confirmed it.
Oh, have they said what was wrong?
Without being indelicate, I can say I am subject to certain discomforts. Come in, Teresa. You know Joseph Bonaparte?
Yes, we have met, but it was long ago.
Oh, as I think I remember your dear husband, Madame Tallien.
I was just telling Joseph about my condition.
You were?
Why it is impossible for me to join Napoleon in Italy.
Oh, don't let me interrupt you.
You were telling me of the doctor's opinions?
I don't want to make much of it. After all, it happens to all married women at one time or another. I suffer from a certain nausea, which I understand all women suffer from at the beginning of a pregnancy.
Oh, of course, yes, I understand. When I return, I shall be delighted to give Napoleon the news. You will have made him supremely happy. Well, ladies, if you will forgive me, I must go. Tomorrow, when I leave Paris, I shall stop by Madame Bonaparte to take from you any special word or letters for the General. Good day. It was a pleasure, indeed a pleasure.
Josie, that is a wicked, wicked lie, isn't it? You're not pregnant, are you?
What else could I say when he said Napoleon wouldn't take no for an answer?
I am in my tent tonight, writing to you. Joseph will have arrived in Paris today. I have asked him to tell you to make the trip by easy stages. Lodgings await you in Mondavi. From there you will go to Nice and Genoa. I await you, my love. I will forgive you all the letters you did not write me when you arrive. Adieu, Josephine. You are, for me, a monster I cannot understand. I love you more each day.
So you are going back to Italy today, Joseph?
Without you, unfortunately.
What must be, must be.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I was to tell you to bring your personal maid, your cook, and your coachman. Napoleon has a beautiful coach for you.
How thoughtful.
I shall tell him you are with child.
His child.
May I say to you, if something were to go amiss, and you were not with child, he would be extremely disappointed.
So would I.
Are you sure you won't reconsider? He loves you very much, and he needs you with him.
I wish I could go, Joseph, but I must think of the baby. Weeks passed, months. April became May, and May turned into June. It was spring in Paris, then early summer. There were so many things to do, activities I knew Napoleon wouldn't approve of. So I wrote him less and less. He began to be suspicious. Was I really pregnant? I kept up the fiction as long as I could. It's so dark in your house, Teresa. Let's light some candles. Why is there no light?
Josie, it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
The servants have better sense than to let candles burn all night.
Where are the matches?
We don't use matches, my dear. They're not safe.
Oh, I've run into the table, I think.
In the middle of the table are some sulfur splints. You can light the candles with those.
Didn't I look beautiful in the reception line with that crown of flowers? Everyone said I looked beautiful.
It was a long evening.
I love the way everyone kept offering to toast me in wine. Long live Our Lady of the Victories. I found the splints.
You really danced your feet off. It's a good thing no one asked you about your pregnancy.
People are polite enough not to ask. There's a candle number 1. Oh, there's a man sitting in the armchair.
Josie, light the other candle.
Good evening, Josephine.
Oh, it's Joseph Bonaparte. You gave me such a fright.
Tell me, how goes your pregnancy?
What? Well, let me sit down. I feel faint. Teresa, may I have some wine?
Have you been waiting here long, Joseph?
Well, I arrived in Paris this morning. I heard there was to be a reception at the Luxembourg Palace, so I went there this evening. I saw our little mother prancing about, doing the gavotte. Very lively for 4 months pregnant.
Teresa, please, some wine.
There isn't any, and it's too late to wake the servants.
So I came directly here to Teresa's to wait for you.
I'm very tired. We'll talk in the morning.
Don't you wish to inquire after your husband?
Of course. Please forgive me. But finding you here like this, so unexpected, I'm not myself.
What would you like me to tell you about Napoleon?
Nothing, really, because I know everything. I know which battles he has fought. We correspond a great deal.
He writes a great deal.
I write him all my doings.
In your last letter, you made my brother believe you were in some danger. Did you had 3 doctors constantly at your bedside? That is why he sent me to Paris. He is very worried. But I see no evidence of danger or illness.
Joseph, you're not going to tell him that.
Well, it wouldn't be news to him if I did. Other people write to him about you. But he gave me a letter and asked that I read it to you. My dear one, you have not written to me. You were too ill to write. The little child was staring so hard within you that he hurt you. Madam, if you detect a certain irony in those words, you are right. I have decided I shall no longer permit myself to be mocked. You will be in Turin on the 10th, and on the 12th you will be in Milan, where you will wait for me. Your loving husband, Napoleon.
The 10th? That's only days away. Teresa, what will I do?
Go to him. Tell him the truth, everything. Beg his forgiveness.
I cannot. He doesn't know me.
You don't know him, Josephine. My brother told me he will resign his commission and come straight to Paris to be with you. If you don't leave for Italy immediately, Napoleon will be here before the end of the week.
Josephine wept with despair, but managed to attend a farewell party the following day. Then, with a dog, her personal maid, and Joseph Bonaparte, she set forth by coach for Italy, and her husband she couldn't fool any longer. I shall return shortly with Act 3.
Lots of friends are dropping by, summer fun's in store. With picnic time and camping time, it's country time for sure. Before you all get thirsty, here's a tip that should be made. Get a drink that tastes like good old-fashioned lemonade. Country time, country time.
Get down to your store for plenty of Country Time lemonade flavored drink. Look for the Country Time coupon in this Sunday's paper. Tastes like good old-fashioned lemonade.
For over 3/4 of a century, Buick has enjoyed a reputation for having fine, luxurious cars. We're very proud of that. It's a reputation that grows every year. 1982 was no exception. There was the introduction of the new century and the small Buick Skyhawk. And while each Buick lives up to the name, there are refinements and improvements on everything from the full-size Electra down the line. You see, the Buick reputation isn't just something we ride on. It's something we build on.
Today, we're talking to the official bullhorn operator for the recent Detroit Grand Prix.
Hello.
What exactly was your job at the Grand Prix?
Well, I got to shout important things to the drivers like,
"Gentlemen, start your engine!"
Or,
"Hey, stop it, your car's on fire!"
Well, now that the Grand Prix is over, what will you do?
I'm using my bullhorn to tell everyone about Harmony House's big Motor City tune-up sale. Now through the 30th, Harmony House is waving the checkered flag on their entire stock of $6.94, $7.94, and $8.94 albums. Pick up any one of them for just $5.94. Tapes $6.47.
Hey, that's a sale.
Yes, and there's comparable savings on higher-priced albums and tapes, too.
So, tune up with the music that made Detroit the rock and roll capital. Bob Seger, Kent Nugent, the Motown sound.
Thank you.
$6.94, $7.94, and $8.94 albums for just $5.94 at Harmony House.
Okay, that's enough.
Takes just $6.47.
Please.
I'm out.
Oh, will you knock it off?
Harmony House's big Motor City tune-up sale. Now through June 30th at all 14 Harmony House locations.
Who was it who wrote about loving not wisely, but too well? Byron? Shelley? It was Shakespeare, yes, describing Othello. The soldier who, as I think of it, was not unlike Napoleon. This is no everyday romance, but the love of a man who did more to change the face of Europe than anyone before or since. For a dozen years, Josephine's sweet talk tantalized and infuriated Napoleon, but gave him no son, no heir. For France, 12 years was too long to wait.
The unfortunate fact is, Pierre, Josephine is not able to have a child.
That is how the wheel turns. I remember many years ago when they were first married, how she used pregnancy as an excuse not to be with him. Oh, is he back from Vienna?
I am told so.
Ah, well, another victory. Complete over Austria. And Josephine, how is she?
I haven't seen her in months. She's in seclusion.
Ah, yes.
She knows divorce is in the air. That Napoleon must have his line carried on.
Well, that's always the trouble with monarchy. When we were a republic, briefly, didn't matter what family you belonged to. It was the party. But the moment Napoleon crowned himself emperor and Josephine empress, Bonaparte had to be next on the throne. So, you haven't seen her?
I feel guilty about that. I'm told she spends more and more time consulting her cards, trying to see into the future.
Napoleon has ordered me to paint Josephine.
No.
Oh, yes, she knows about it. I'm to meet with her at Malmaison to get started. I think he wishes the portrait before he speaks to her formally about a divorce.
I understand there's a list of 18 marriageable princesses drawn up for consideration as Napoleon's second wife.
Oh, really?
Maria Louise of Austria and Anna Pavlovna of Russia seem to be in the lead.
No, I shouldn't think Mary Louise would want to marry the man who just subjugated her country.
Nevertheless, I hear she's the favorite.
No, Teresa, forgive me. I used to enjoy gossip, but I just don't anymore. I go tomorrow to Malmaison. May I bring Josephine your affection?
I will write you a note to give her. How sad she must be that her reign as Empress of France was so short.
I don't think that's the tragedy. When they were first married, it was he who adored her. He worshipped her, loved her to distraction. Now, Cupid has turned about and aimed his arrows at Josephine, and it is she who loves him the more.
Fool, juggler, Empress. Emperor. Devil. Judgment.
Empress, may I join you?
Wheel. Strength. Lovers. Pierre, come in.
Thank you.
I'm counting a card for every year. Star, moon, sun. I'm up to 12 cards, one for each of my 12 married years, Pierre.
Yes, but you've been married for 13.
What have you heard from my husband?
Victory in Vienna.
It's true. 13. But I don't dare turn over the last card, even though, you know, I can almost see through the back of it.
Oh, Josephine, what games you play?
It's no game. It's a warning of the future. So be it. I am not a coward. I've told a lot of untruths in my day, but I was never a coward. Of these 3 cards, the first one I will turn over will be either justice, the hanged man, or death.
Oh, then what would that mean to you?
Death is death. I have seen the card before, and people I've known have died before. Justice, to me, would mean, I suppose, what is just to me, in my eyes. That Napoleon will not insist on a divorce. And the third, the hanged man, that could very well be a hanged woman. Josephine, the former Empress of France.
Before you turn anything over, could we agree on something at a time, a place?
We certainly can. The painting.
I am ready to begin.
We will sit by my favorite brook as often as you like.
Your Highness, thank you. May I leave?
Aren't you going to stay while I turn over the 13th card to see what my 13th year has in store?
Yes, I'll stay.
The hanged man.
Oh, my darling Josephine, how wonderful to see you again. I can't tell you how delighted I was to receive your invitation to Fontainebleau.
It was selfish of me, but I'm glad you're here.
I saw the portrait Pierre did of you at Malmaison. It's fabulous.
I hope Napoleon liked it.
You haven't seen him, then?
No. But his handiwork is everywhere, even in this room. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the old days. Do you remember when we went to the theater in Paris to see Molière? And how the audience got up and applauded and cheered?
Of course I do. I can see you throwing kisses to them.
Long live Our Lady of Victories. Long live Citizeness Bonaparte. She didn't live very long, did she? 13 years is not a very long life, is it, Teresa? I am so miserable.
Oh, Josephine. Shh.
I am disgraced. I am being punished.
There is no disgrace. The divorce is only a matter of state. France has an emperor, and the emperor must have a son.
I know that. I know what Napoleon wishes to avoid. I know all the good reasons why he must have a son. And Marie Louise or Anna, whatever her name is, I can never pronounce those Russian names. They are young enough. They can both give him dozens of boys. But just the same, France or no France, my husband is punishing me.
I can't believe that. Napoleon loved you tremendously and will always love you.
Let me show you. Do you see this door?
Yes.
This door connects my apartment. There is a secret private staircase that connects his apartment to mine. We always used it. But it doesn't connect to anything anymore. It's been sealed up.
Have you asked why?
Did you hear what I said? I said it's been sealed up because he doesn't want to have anything to do with me anymore. Not even to look at me.
Napoleon?
Yes. Joseph.
Staring into space again? When are you going to set the date?
Joseph, I haven't even spoken to my wife yet. That comes first.
You haven't? But you're back in France for a month. Why do you wait?
It isn't an easy task. It's like cutting off an arm. Worse, for this arm has a life of its own.
Does putting off the day make it any easier?
No, it doesn't. I'm afraid this time her cards are betraying her. She is positive that her presence in my life protects me. And that if I divorce her, I might be defeated in battle or even die in exile.
This is the age of reason and not superstition.
An heir is essential to give France peace and stability. Therefore, Josephine and I, who both love France more than we love each other, must part.
Excellent. Tell her that.
I'm afraid to. She'll be all tears, grief-stricken. I hate scenes. In front of armies and cannon, I stand up. But in front of Josephine, I tremble. You see, my darling wife,
Will you have some more coffee?
Yes. No, thank you. Not now. We must regard this
I have
act...
so looked forward to the two of us having a little dinner alone, just like the old days. Do you remember the picnics at Malmaison?
Of course I remember them, dearest. Josephine, will you please let me say what I must?
By all means. I'll be quiet as a mouse.
Our divorce, what we are about to do, I regard as a kind of sacrifice. And you, my darling Josephine...
No, don't. Please don't. I can't listen to this. I know it will happen to me. Disgrace, all honors taken away, all my friends. Who will look at me? Who will care about an ex-empress?
Oh, but that is not so.
You may say what you like, but the cards have told me. In the end, I will have to leave France.
Josephine, listen to me. You will always be the empress, Josephine. You will have Malmaison for yourself, an entire court for yourself. You will always be held in high regard by all of France. I promise you I shall see to that. That every Frenchman will hold you up as a noble victim to the needs of our country, to whom the greatest honors will always be shown.
Who is it to be?
What do you mean, who?
You know what I mean. Anna, the Russian, or Marie-Louise, the Austrian?
You won't tell anyone. It's not official, and I know I'll have problems with Vienna.
So it is Marie-Louise.
That's what I'm advised.
I hear she's a big fat cow. A blonde.
No.
You used to like them slender and dark-haired.
I still do, my darling.
Very well. I'll consent. The divorce is yours. I know you'll be generous.
You'll consent? You'll consent? Don't act as though you were doing me a favor. The divorce is the Emperor's edict, not a favor you are bestowing.
I hoped you'd be a gentleman to the end and let me have the last word.
I shall. In 2 weeks, we'll gather in the throne room at the Tuileries, and we shall both make our private decision public.
With the permission of my august and dear husband, I declare that having no hope of bearing children for the interests of France, I am glad to give him the greatest proof of my attachment and devotion. I'm sorry. I can't read any more of what I wish to say to you.
Joseph, pick up the page she dropped and read it.
I believe that by consenting to the dissolution of a marriage which deprives France of one day being governed by the descendants raised up by Providence to wipe out the evils of a terrible revolution.
Joseph, let me. I don't need to read what I have prepared. I can say it, straight out. The disillusion of my marriage can never change the feelings of my heart. In me, the Emperor will always have his best friend. 13 years. It's not very long, is it? But it was my whole lifetime. I know how much this act, demanded by politics, has wounded him. But we both glory in the sacrifice we make for the good of the country. I loved him. I did love him. But something in me always prevented me from showing my love to him the way he wanted to see it. The following day, the dissolution of our marriage was proclaimed to the Senate. I retired to my beautiful Malmaison, but I was never happy there again. Too many memories. I remember when he was in Italy and wrote to me not to be gay or sad, but he would prefer it if I were melancholy. I didn't know how to be melancholy then, but I do now. Josephine lived to see Napoleon retreat from Moscow. She lived to see him abdicate. She did not live to see his Waterloo. But to the end she consulted her cards every day. Strange. Because she found no happiness in what they foretold of the future. Her contentment lay only in remembering the past. I shall return shortly.
If you've been putting money aside, you can almost see inflation eroding its buying power. Unless it's earning high interest rates or substantial dividends. And right now, thanks to Dreyfus Liquid Assets, even a small investment can profit from the currently high interest rates with complete cash availability. Think of your Dreyfus Liquid Assets account as an income-earning investment with free checking privileges. Privileges that allow you to pay bills and still earn money till the checks clear. You can even withdraw all or part of your cash by phone. There's never a penalty, never a sales or withdrawal charge. To get all the details, call toll-free 800-228-5000 for a simple no-jargon information booklet and a prospectus including management fee, charges, and expenses. Find out how Dreyfus Liquid Assets helps you get the lion's share from today's high interest rates. Read the prospectus carefully before you invest. 800-228-5000. No charge for the call. 800-228-5000. Call now.
This graceful and extraordinary creature, Josephine, was strong and independent, and her bittersweet love affair with her husband is proof that Disraeli was right when he said, "Man is not a creature of circumstances. Circumstances are the creatures of men." So can you blame me? Now you know why I just had to portray the fascinating Josephine. And as time goes on, I hope to play for you many more of my favorite characters of history and fiction. Our cast included Terry Keane, Louis Turenne, and Earl Hammond. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
Have a pencil ready for an offer from the Journal.
Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. And I know I'm E.G. Marshall. The reason I stress this is because the world seems to be suffering from an identity crisis. People are turning to the Orient in a search for their real selves. Others turn to drugs, and others to new forms of consciousness raising. Today's story is titled A Question of Identity. But in this tale, the search is not for oneself, but to identify the right husband.
What do you want of me, Hillary?
Proof. Prove to me that you are the real Bob Christie, the man I divorced 12 years ago. Prove it with memories, the little things that only you and I would know.
Things I've tried to forget. Hillary, this is no place for reminiscing. Why is that phony tourist still hanging around?
You can't use him as an excuse anymore. He's leaving.
Yes, and he's also leaving that expensive camera case behind. Come on, Hillary, run!
Our mystery drama, A Question of Identity, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Murray Burnett and stars Joan Lovejoy. It is sponsored in part by Buick Motor Division. I'll be back shortly with Act One. filled with kidnapping and skyjacking. Unfortunately, these crimes have become so common that we almost accept them as part of the perils of today's living. Of course, we all know that the motive for kidnapping or skyjacking is either political or involving money for ransom, and sometimes both. Today's story starts with a kidnapping which had neither of these motives. Indeed, it was so unusual that it seemed to be motiveless.
My name is Hillary Cummings, and I'm divorced. I mention this only because it plays such an important part in the incredibly strange things that happened to me. It all started on an ordinary Wednesday as I left my apartment in New York City on my way to my job as court stenographer. It was raining. No chance to a cab, I knew, so I opened my umbrella and started for the bus stop on the corner. 2 men ranged up, one on each side of me.
Is Hillary coming?
Yes.
We'd like you to come with us.
Who are you?
Oh, I'll be explaining when we get where we're going. Our car's right over there.
Well, thank you, but my bus is right over here. You can ride with me and explain.
That's not satisfactory, Miss Cummings.
Let go of my arm or I'll scream.
Help me lift her into the car. All right, give her a chance to breathe, Harry. Miss Cummings, you can scream if you wish, but it won't do you any good.
I was being kidnapped. My first emotion, utter disbelief, and then followed quickly by anger and fear, particularly when the man who had been doing all the talking attempted to reassure me.
I give you my word that no harm will come to you. We're simply going to ask a favor of you.
Well, for people asking favors, you go about it in a calculated way to get a refusal.
I've already apologized for this,
Kidnapping.
No, you got it all wrong. You'll understand everything when we reach our destination.
Well, the police won't. They know we're kidnapping when they hear about it.
No more talking. Now, shut up. Unless you want to be gagged.
There was no question that he meant what he said. So I obeyed. The car traveled fast up the West Side Highway, crossed the Henry Hudson Bridge into Riverdale, turned off at Fierceton, and came to a stop in the driveway of a gracious old mansion. My captors politely ushered me in through large double doors and then into a paneled library. A gray-haired man with twinkling blue eyes and the face of a cherub rose from behind a large desk.
Oh, Miss Cummings, I'm delighted to see you. Please, sit down. Would you care for some coffee? Tea? Or rather, excellent croissant, eh?
I'll tell you exactly what I'd like. To get out of here and down to my job. What do you think is going to happen when I don't show up or call in?
Nothing. I assure you everything has been taken care of.
And I'm supposed to take your word for that?
No, not at all. If you wish, you may call and speak to your superior, Mr. Springsteen, I believe.
Who are you, and what do you want?
Who I am is of no importance. What I want is, simple. I want a small favor from you, one which will do your country a great service.
Are you telling me that you're with the government?
That's right.
Then why didn't you just call and ask me to come and see you?
Well, there were considerations. Time for one, security for another.
Security? Look, are you sure you have the right woman?
Hillary Cummings is your maiden name. And some time ago you were Mrs. Robert Christie, correct?
Oh, my marriage to Bob has something to do with my being here, then.
It has everything to do with it. I have no choice, believe me. Miss Cummings, you would know your husband if you were to see him again now, wouldn't you?
Well, I'm not sure. You know he had some plastic surgery done after the accident. I haven't seen or spoken with him since.
We're aware of that. I can only tell you that the plastic surgery did not alter his looks that much. What is much more important, I think, are the things that remain constant, such as memories that were shared by only the two of you.
I'm getting a very bad feeling. I don't know whether I'm Alice in Wonderland or a character in a James Bond story. I would like to leave now. May I?
No.
I'm a prisoner?
Well, only until you hear me out. just please listen, and if you then decide you don't want to help us, well, you'll be perfectly free to leave. Do we have a deal?
Do I have a choice?
I'm the head of an intelligence operation. One you've never heard of. An intelligence gathering outfit.
And how does Bob connect up with this?
Well, he's done some work for us at various times. No one can question his extensive traveling because of his regular job as a hotel management consultant. He makes an ideal courier. Someone who carries messages,
I've read enough spy stories to know what a courier does.
So we come to our problem. Some weeks ago, we were told about an important message that was shortly coming out of Vienna. Our sources informed us that the message had extraordinary importance. We therefore decided to use your ex-husband to pick up the message and bring it back. Bob was legitimately visiting Vienna at that time, and we prearranged with Bob to send us a postcard setting up a time and place where he would deliver this message to us. I've mentioned its importance before, so you may understand our consternation when in the past 3 days we received 3 different postcards, all presumably signed by your ex-husband, setting up 3 different times and places for us to accept delivery. As much as it embarrasses me to admit it, well, there must have been a security breach of significant proportions.
But what has all this to do with me?
Well, in order to make absolutely sure we get the right message, we need you to identify the right Bob Christie.
Mr.
Smith. Smith will do.
Mr. Smith, now I hope you won't be upset if I say that what you've just told me is the most absurd story I have ever heard.
Well, why absurd?
You have employed a man as a courier for some years, and yet you expect me to believe that you can't identify him?
Bob Christie and I have never met. Actually, he's only had contact with 2 different operatives, none of whom spend more than 5 minutes with him.
But you must have pictures or fingerprints, of course. You must have his prints.
We had. Both in his file and in our computer banks, but unfortunately, his file is missing, and something has happened to foul up the computer tape.
Well, I'm afraid I can't help you. It means that I'd have to see Bob again.
And that would be painful.
Yes.
I know. I've read the court record of the divorce proceedings.
Court records? They don't begin to tell you anything. There's no record of the last words I spoke to Bob Christie, is there?
No.
Well, I've never told this to anyone. And I'm only telling it to you so that you'll understand why I must walk out of here. Right after the accident, I went to the hospital. Bob was lying there in his bed. If he saw me come in or heard me, he didn't say anything. And I went to the bed, leaned over and whispered, "Damn you forever, Bob Christie. I hope to God you die." And now you are asking me to meet with this man and identify him for you.
I have to. Are you sure that Bob heard those words you said to him in the hospital?
Well, I suppose he did. I never thought about it. I just know I said them.
Perhaps he was unconscious. Now, I'm not saying he was, but, well, he might have been. Then he would never have heard them.
Suppose I identify the wrong man.
No, it's hardly likely. You're not going to be meeting a stranger. One man will undoubtedly have the memories that only you 2 can share. You'll see.
You talk as though I were going to do it.
We checked on your background. You have a strong conscience. You can't walk away from this and live with yourself, particularly when I tell you that the moment you appear on the scene, you become a pawn and perhaps expendable.
And what has that to do with conscience?
Well, your record also shows you have courage.
I'd like a little more time.
Come in.
A man with a passport bearing the name of Robert Christie is on TWA's Flight 13 with a stop in Switzerland. He's due to arrive at Kennedy at 3 p.m.
Thank you. Well, I'm afraid you've run out of time, Miss Cummings. Your first appointment is 4 o'clock this afternoon in the Blue Sky Lounge of the Metropolitan Motel.
All motels near airports have the same air of impermanence. I looked for the third table on the left, and anxiously tried to recall every word of the hurried briefing I'd been given.
Now, it's really a simple procedure, Miss Cummings. You'll go to the Sky Blue Lounge and be sure to take the third table on the left.
Suppose someone's sitting there.
There better not be. It's been reserved in your name. Now, you'll give the captain your name and order a slow gin fizz.
I loathe them.
Well, you don't have to drink it. Just order it. Now, here's your copy of Great Hostelries of the World. Be sure you have it open so the title shows.
And then?
Wait for the contact. And for your sake and ours, let's hope that he's the real Bob Christie. Your part will be finished after you drop the message off, as you've been instructed.
But what if he...
Now, you have the phone number for all other contingencies, right? There'll be somebody at that phone 24 hours a day. Good luck.
So, there I was, sitting at the third table on the left with my book open as directed, and nothing happened. I looked at my watch, 4:15. Still nothing. I decided to wait a little longer. I'd given him an hour. So I continued to read, the gin fizz untouched. And then the waiter handed me a sealed envelope. This was not according to plan. However, I opened it. It read, "If this is your idea of a joke, it's sick. This is no laughing matter, so get out." It was unsigned. I looked around the room, but saw no one remotely resembling Bob. I glanced up at the waiter. He was obviously expecting an answer. I simply shook my head and tore the note to shreds. It wasn't more than 10 minutes later. I never heard him. I was reading, and the only way I knew he was there was when his hand closed the book, and he said,
"You're just as stubborn and spiteful as always. If you have an explanation, I'll listen."
Everyone knows that love is blind, but how about hate? In the case of Hillary Cummings, she's been asked to identify her own husband, a man she hates. Will this hatred lead her to make a mistake? I'll be back shortly with Act 2. I'd recognize him anywhere. How often have we said those words without thinking? And what is there to think about? Certainly it's a simple matter to recognize someone you've known intimately, even if you haven't seen or spoken with him in a dozen years, unless there are 3 remarkable lookalikes, each one of them claiming to be your ex-husband. That was Hillary Cummings' problem. She is face-to-face with the first claimant and desperately unsure.
I'm still waiting, Hillary.
"Well, the plastic surgeons did a good job. You look just as you should."
I want to know why you're sitting at this particular table, in this particular lounge, at this particular time.
Because Robert Christie is supposed to deliver something to me.
Agency sure must be scraping the bottom of the barrel if they have to use you as a pickup contact. Here's the message. I can't say it's been nice seeing you.
Wait, just a minute. There's more.
No, not for me, there isn't.
Well, suit yourself. It will make it easier for me when I talk to the other 2 men who claim to be Robert Christie.
What?
The agency received 3 postcards setting up 3 different meetings. That's why, as you so charmingly put it, they scraped the bottom of the barrel and came up with me.
You always were a liar. I don't know how you found out as much as you did, but I do know the agency has my print.
Your file is missing, and somebody was also able to mess up the computer tape.
Oh, somebody's giving you all the answers.
You can check.
I'm going to. Right now.
He left to phone the agency, I suppose. He could have been Bob. He'd had plastic surgery, and maybe this is the way Bob would have looked after aging 12 years. And he talked just as viciously as Bob had. But somehow that bothered me. I wondered if he'd been coached. Shouldn't the years have taken some of the edge off his bitterness?
Straighten me out on just what you want from me. You know damn well that I'm Bob.
How about the other 2 men?
They're imposters.
Well, I'll admit you look about the way Bob might have, considering the plastic surgery. You seem to have many of Bob's characteristics. But I don't want to pass judgment until I'm absolutely sure.
Oh, what a clever little trap. I don't have my birth certificate with me, but would you like a peek at my passport?
That scar above your lip, that's new, isn't it? It doesn't look as though it came from plastic surgery. And Bob didn't have any scar there.
He's very observant. I got this from a dog.
Oh, but Bob
hated dogs. You're right again. But you see, there was this girl. She was a good friend of mine. She had a poodle. One day, the little mutt picks a Doberman pinscher to fight with. In trying to separate them, I was the only one bitten.
I see.
What do you see? If you had any eyes or brains, you'd know that I'm Bob. We were married in the Church of the Good Shepherd on January 31st, 1961. Fred Stone was my best man. Your old college roommate, Gloria Humphreys, was your maid of honor. There was a blizzard, but we didn't care. We were going to the Bahamas for our honeymoon. Enough?
Very convincing. But if you were an imposter, you might have been coached.
Okay. You want absolute proof? I'll give it to you. The hotel has rooms upstairs. I'll register. We'll go up together, and I'll prove it
That's
to you.
enough. I suppose you'd suggest that I make that test with all three of you.
You wouldn't have to. I promise I'll convince you.
No. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to report your refusal to the agency. Somehow I don't think they'll like it.
Yes? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, Miss Cummings.
Oh, it is you. I was afraid I'd forgotten the number.
I told you this phone rate man 24 hours. Well, how did it go?
Miserably.
You didn't get the message.
Oh, yes. Yes, he gave me the message.
Then you delivered it.
Just the way you told me. I mailed it immediately.
Good. I take it he wasn't our Bob Christie.
Well, I'm not sure. He did know an awful lot about the past. Well, now, what do I do about the next appointment?
Well, I was hoping it wouldn't be necessary. You'll find all the information you need in an envelope, which is on its way to your apartment.
I was completely miscast as a female James Bond. Instead of feeling excited or curious about my meeting with the second man who claimed to be my ex-husband, I dreaded it. I hated the frightening spy jargon of the instructions. You will proceed to the Central Park Zoo. You will arrive at the fifth bench from the south entrance to the zoo, not before 1:30 nor after 1:35. It has been arranged there will be no one sitting on that particular bench. You will seat yourself and prominently display the book review section of last Sunday's paper. A copy has been furnished you. A man will sit next to you who will say the following words exactly. I never can understand people who judge books by reviews, to which you will answer exactly, I much prefer judging them that way than by their covers. I pretended to read the book review section while trying to spot someone who looked like it might be Bob. Finally, a man approached, and I blinked. For a moment, I thought he was the same man I'd seen at the airport, and then I noticed he was a trifle stouter, and his hair was a little thinner.
Hillary? It is you, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, of course. But I don't understand. Oh, excuse me. I never can understand people who judge books by reviews.
I much prefer judging them that way than by their covers.
Hillary, there must be something very wrong.
Well, wasn't that the proper identification?
I don't mean that. They must have had some reason to involve you, but they shouldn't have. Hillary, how did you get into this?
I'll tell you if you explain to me how you got that scar on your lip.
Hillary, this is no game. You're right in the middle of something dark and dangerous.
Oh, that's a switch. You trying to make me believe you're concerned about me.
still as smart, Alec. Okay, it's your neck.
The scar?
I got it from a dog bite.
A dog?
Not mine. I broke up a fight between two dogs. Now, look, I'd like to turn over the message and say goodbye.
I wish it could be that easy. But 3 different men claim to be Bob Christie. The agency asked me to discover which one is really Bob.
Oh, I can't believe that. The agency
has goofed. They've lost the file containing Bob Christie's records and fingerprints.
You saying I have no cover any longer? Someone knows all about me and what I'm carrying? Well, that's even worse than anything I could have imagined.
Why? If you're really Bob, you have nothing to worry about.
Have you any idea what'll happen to the 2 men you brand as imposters?
They'll go to jail?
Sure. If they're lucky. More likely they'll turn up in the morgue.
No, you're exaggerating.
Did you ever stop to check on whether or not you were followed when you came here?
Well, I...
Sure, of course not. It never occurred to you. Just look around. Look and see if you recognize anyone who's been here since you came.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Should have my head examined for staying this long. Goodbye, Hillary, and good luck.
You are the one who's going to need the luck if you go before you've proved to me that you really are Bob.
Brother, I've just found a new version of hell. I'm chained to the woman I divorced 12 years ago, chained more securely by fear than I ever was by marriage. All right, Hillary, what do you want of me?
Proof? Prove to me that...
Am I the first of the 3 men you met?
No, you're the second.
Oh, that's good.
Well, what's good about it?
It proves you weren't sure about the first guy. The fellow in the wild sport shirt over there.
Where?
Look, leaning against the tree with a camera. You see him?
Oh, yes, he's obviously a tourist.
So obvious that he bothers me. He's just been standing there fooling with his camera ever since I sat down.
Oh, relax. Now, look, if you are Bob, you would remember moments we shared that only the real Bob Christie would know.
Things that I've tried to put out of my mind the past dozen years.
Oh, that's a cop-out.
Why isn't that phony tourist going on about his business? Why is he still hanging around?
All right. If you can't give me anything...
All right, Hillary. How's this for openers? Well, Philadelphia. The Playhouse in the Park. Remember the play Star Spangled Girl? We left early and got lost. We couldn't find our way out of Fairmount Park. No one asked directions. We laughed till we had to stop the car and seriously debated going to sleep right there in the park.
That's not bad. Not completely. Now you can relax. That phony tourist, as you call him, is leaving.
Now, wait a minute. I'm leaving that expensive camera case behind. Come on, Hillary.
What?
Don't ask stupid questions. Move! Well, now maybe you'll believe me. You know that bomb was meant for me. There are other countries involved, foreign agencies, and they want the real Bob Christie dead.
If that's the truth, isn't it possible that these other governments want the woman who can identify him dead also?
You're not very good at your job.
Just tell me something that will prove to me beyond any doubt that you're Bob.
Oh, Hillary, you're too much. Someone just tried to kill me, and you're still asking for romantic reminiscence.
Not necessarily romantic, just something so personal that only you and I would know about it.
Okay. Look, would anyone but I know about the crazy notion you had that death somehow arrives when you run out of memories?
I think you'll have to fill me in more.
Come on, you know, we both love to walk, ramble around the city, exploring. And frequently we'd come to a street that held memories for you. The old-fashioned ice cream store where you had sodas when you were a kid, or maybe the house where your old high school chum lived. And you'd always say, I wonder. Maybe if you live in one city your whole life and store up all those memories, and then suddenly there's nothing left, no more memories, I think that's when a person finally dies. Now, would anyone but me have known about that?
Well, it's certainly what I asked for. But I still can't. I can only say you've given me something to think about.
There is nothing more untrustworthy than an autobiography. Make a little test. Find an old friend and reminisce. Recall some incident that happened to both of you more than 10 years ago. I'll wager you'll have two very different versions, and each will honestly believe that his is true. That, more than anything, is Hillary's problem. I'll be back shortly. Shakespeare said it's a wise father that knows his own child. Shakespeare never wrote anything about a woman knowing her own husband. Of course, he had also never heard of plastic surgery, which made Hillary Cummings' problem of picking the right husband from among 3 claimants more than ordinarily difficult. It was also becoming dangerous.
Do you know about the bomb that exploded in the park?
We were informed.
Well, what about the bomb?
The second Bob Christie. Is he genuine?
I'm not sure. That's why I'm asking about the bomb.
The bomb indicates 2 things. One, that you pose a threat. And 2, that the information is as important as we were led to believe.
Couldn't it prove that the man I was with was the real Bob, and someone wanted him dead?
Or you, Miss Cummings. I'm concerned. You should be, too. The faster you can tell me this man is my husband or this man isn't, the better off we'll be. Now, about the second man. Why won't you eliminate him?
Well, he knew something about a silly superstition of mine. A way I had of thinking about memories and places.
Was it something unusual and personal?
Oh, yes.
Wasn't that fairly conclusive?
Well, I'm hesitating for 2 reasons. One is that any organization that could steal Bob's file and get into your computer setup certainly would have the resources to check into my life and come up with a number of incidents and then instruct the impersonator when to use them.
Yes, that's a possibility.
And secondly, this man used the phrase, "How's this for openers?" Now, not only was that a jarring speech pattern for Bob, but he hated cards and card playing. Openers is a word Bob would never have used.
Well, you mean 12 years ago?
Well, there's that, of course. So that's why I must keep the next appointment with the third man. The Red Rooster was one of the smarter East Side restaurants. My instructions said the man would carry the identification. He would be seated with an ice bucket for champagne, but there would be no bottle. He would also have a cigarette holder in his mouth, but no cigarettes. The table was to be reserved in the name of John Christoffel. The maitre d' led me toward a man sitting at a rear table. He looked up and smiled. He didn't seem as surprised as the others had. And we sat for a short while in silence. I began to feel nervous, so I asked a rather silly question. Aren't we supposed to have something to say to each other?
You mean that nonsense about the proper identification with passwords? Okay, here goes. I hope I remember it. Let me see. Now, don't you feel that there's something sad about empty ice buckets and empty cigarette holders?
Only if they're empty unintentionally.
Oh, really? Who do you think makes up these silly bits, Oh, well. Now that the formalities have been taken care of, let's order a marvelously expensive dinner. After all, it's on the agency.
Where did you get that scar on your lip? It's not from surgery, I know.
Are you feeling all right, Hillary? Maybe meeting me after all these years...
Meeting you hasn't bothered me at all. You are the third man claiming to be Bob Christie. And quite frankly, in my opinion, the least likely. Because you're giving the worst impersonation.
Maybe that's because I'm not trying.
Very clever, but still unconvincing.
Why?
Because if the other two were putting on an act, they obviously were better coached than you. I was more shaken than I cared to admit. This man did look more like what I had expected Bob to look like after 12 years. And then he shook me even more when he ordered not only Bob's favorite dishes, but mine also.
How's the food?
Delicious. Now, how did you get that scar?
Oh, this? I got the scar trying to be a peacemaker between two fighting dogs.
Damn.
3 men, 3 scars, 3 tales of a dogfight.
You seem to take this very lightly.
Well, now, I know who I am, and I know who you are, and I know what I'm carrying. I'll give it to you, and you make your own decision.
I'd like more specifics on our past before I make up my mind.
I'm sorry I refuse to oblige.
Refuse? Or can't?
Oh, poor Hillary. You're attracted to me, and you resent it. You resent it because of the quarrels and bitterness that made us break up. But why should I dredge up the past to prove to you that I'm Bob? You could set your mind at rest and make me very happy by using the final, irrevocable test.
No, absolutely not.
Yes, I expected to be turned down. But really not quite so emphatically.
The reason I am so emphatic is the real Bob simply wasn't as charming as you.
You have a short memory, love.
Not as short as yours. You've forgotten that night when the neighbors called the police.
And you've forgotten the 3 great years. The 2 years at Lake Dumore and all the other times before.
Before what? Go on.
Before David died. Before everything went rotten. Before you blamed me for David's death.
I begged you not to take David in that horrible, jazzed-up sports car. But you did.
And you always forget that it was the other car that jumped the divider and hit us head on.
And if you hadn't been going more than 80 miles an hour, it wouldn't have... He would never...
Oh, no, stop. Please, stop it.
No,
listen to me, please. I'm not Bob Christie. I never was your husband. My name is Charles Shelburne, and I can't stand to see you cry.
What? What are you saying?
Look, I'll prove it. And wet the napkin and rub off all the fake scars. Look, you see? I'm not Bob Christie. I'm sick of this stupid masquerade. I wish I'd never started with it.
And why did you?
Because I'm an idiot.
Did you say your name was Charles Shelburne? The Charles Shelburne who wrote Eagles Victorious?
6 years and not another line since. At least not another line I liked.
But what has that to do with your being here and trying to fool me?
Oh, that's very simple if you're a writer who's had a smash hit novel right off the bat. And then you find out that somehow nothing seems to come. Nothing flows. So you run away, as I did, to a little town in France, and you teach English. And all the time you're at yourself. And then suddenly an old college chum turns up. You haven't seen him in 20 years, and he tells you he's with the government. Oh, very hush-hush. And you'll be doing the country a big service, and maybe you could even get an idea for a book. All because I happen to look like I might be a guy called Bob Christie.
If I hadn't read Eagles Victorious, I don't think I'd believe what you're telling me. You're a romanticist.
I think sucker is a better word. What I thought was going to be sort of a lark turned out to be something else. Now that I've met you.
This is ridiculous. What's going to happen to you when your old chum finds out that you've told me the truth?
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Here, I'll give you the message, but you can tell whomever you report to that it's a phony.
But aren't you afraid that something...
I suppose the stakes are high, but I can't see how hurting me will help them.
Well, what are you going to do?
Go back to my hotel, the Berkeley Plaza. Stay there for the next 2 days. And then go back to France and teach.
What about your writing?
If you're really interested, you know where to find me.
I don't remember exactly how I got back to my apartment. My head was in a whirl. The real Bob now had to be one of the first 2 men I'd met. But which? And what would happen to the last Bob, Charles Shelburne, if I could believe his story? And I did so desperately want to believe. I didn't even look up after I closed the door to my apartment.
Welcome home, Hillary.
How did you get into my apartment?
I'm here because I want to know exactly what you're going to tell the agency.
None of your business.
Entirely my business. I was able to get in here with a key I had made because I got nervous. I saw you running around interviewing prospective ex-husbands. Put that phone down.
All right. You're stronger than I am. But you've just given yourself away. Now I know you're not the real Bob.
Do you? Damn you forever, Bob Christie. I hope to God you die.
You really are Bob. You remember what I whispered to you in the hospital. Why didn't you tell me this right away at the airport bar?
Oh, come on, Hillary. When you told me there were two other guys pretending to be me, and I knew the agency wouldn't involve you unless they were willing to take your word. Then, remembering how you felt about me, I figured there was a good chance you'd make a mistake on purpose.
And hope the agency would kill you for me.
Go to the head of the class.
I could still do that, though, couldn't I?
That's why I'm here. To give you a reason to tell the truth.
That's almost funny, to need a reason to tell the truth.
How would you like $50,000?
You mean you're that frightened? You're offering me $50,000 because you think...
I'm not offering you any. This money will come from my employers.
From the agency? Oh,
forget the agency. This is my own deal. I've been planning this for years. The agency ran me all over the world like an errand boy and paid me peanuts. Now, I made my contacts. I knew someday something really big would come along. And it did. This message. My employers are anxious to make sure the agency gets it and believes it. I warned them that this whole elaborate charade with 3 different Bob Christies was too much. They felt it would guarantee the agency believing it.
Are you telling me that you're a traitor?
I'm me. I drive cars too fast, spend too much, live too hard, and never am really happy. Well, now I'm taking the ultimate gamble. I'm offering you $50,000 for just telling the truth.
Yes?
This is Hillary Cummings, Mr. Smith. This is the last time I'll be talking to you. I'm leaving the country.
What, have you solved our problem?
No. I can't make up my mind.
I warn you, Miss Cummings. You've embarked on a foolish course. Which one are you trying to protect?
Myself.
Who's threatening you? From whom do you need protection?
From myself. And thoughts of revenge.
Miss Cummings, you're deliberately talking in riddles.
And riddles are exclusively your area, Mr. Smith. All right. I'll make it very simple. You can stop worrying about which is the right message. Because all the messages are false and designed to mislead you.
Oh. But then that means that Bob Christie is a...
Bob Christie is no longer my problem, Mr. Smith. Whatever he is, he's all yours.
One of the in things today for people seeking identity is to spend 2 weekends or 60 hours at a transcendental meditation session. Hillary Cummings did it faster and perhaps easier, but not everyone is given the opportunity to play Mata Hari. I'll be back shortly. Spy stories go back as far as 2400 BC, when a party of spies under the command of Joshua were dispatched by Moses to bring back reports of conditions in the land of Canaan. They did, and the reports were in conflict. Ever since then, the intelligence services of the world have recognized the importance of the gathering of information and the distribution of misinformation. You can trust me not to misinform you. Our cast included Joan Lovejoy, Robert Dryden, Joe Silver, and Ian Martin. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
I went downtown to your office building. I got a look at her. Oh, a very good look, let me assure you.
Mommy, I've only seen her exactly 3 times, and all 3 times she was at my desk, and at no time did I see her for more than 2 or 3 minutes.
It's all she requires. The idea of her, the seductive idea of her has been planted in your soul. Drive her from your mind.
Mommy, if I don't bring in proof of how Daddy died, I can be forced to quit my job.
Perhaps that would be for the best.
But I have seniority, an equity, and a pension plan. I'm 40 years old. I mean, where could I go to start all over again?
Now, Normie, you have a great amount of ability. You could get a good job anywhere.
Why won't you tell me what Daddy died of?
It's getting late. I think I'll go to bed.
Don't you understand? You're going to fire me.
Well, dear, who knows? After all, it may just turn out to be for the best.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.